Hey everybody, welcome, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Hidden Horror. How are you guys today? How are you feeling? I hope all is well with you. So today I'm here. I'm here to talk about another assassination plot against President Donald Trump. I don't know why people are so angry, why they're so violent, why they feel that this is okay. I don't know if they're getting radicalized online, but this really needs to stop. So let's get right into it. My article today is coming from CNN.com. It's titled, "A 17-year-old in Wisconsin allegedly killed his parents as part of a plot to assassinate Trump," FBI says. This article is dated April 13th, 2025. It's by Dahlia Faheed and Dakin Adam. A Wisconsin teenager, and let me show you a picture of him. His name is Nikita Casap, and so you could see a good picture of him. So let's enlarge that picture. Okay. A Wisconsin teenager allegedly killed his parents as part of a plot to assassinate President Donald Trump, federal authorities said in newly unsealed court documents. Nikita Casap, 17, called for the assassination of the president and overthrow of the U.S. government in written documents and text messages found by investigators, according to a federal affidavit obtained by CNN affiliate WISN. The alleged killing of his parents appeared to be an effort to attain the financial means and autonomy to carry out his plan, investigators said. So I guess in his mind, he thought if he removed his mom, and it's not his biological dad, it's his stepdad, that if they were out of the way, he would have autonomy. He'd be able to make his own decisions without anybody overseeing him. And then he would have access to money that he probably wouldn't have access to if they were here and alive. So he's going to use the money to carry out this plot against the government, against President Donald Trump, and this idea of trying to assassinate him, to harm him. Okay. In Wisconsin, the teen faces 9 felony charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of hiding a corpse, according to online court records in a Waukesha County criminal complaint filed in late March. So let me back this up a little bit. The reason they're saying that he's charged with hiding a corpse, allegedly he killed his parents. We want to call them the parents, mom and stepdad, by gunshot back on February 11th. Now we know we have to go back about 2 months. So they're saying that he's charged with hiding a corpse. And the thing about his case in particular, he did tell people his thoughts. I don't know if people didn't take him seriously, but he did tell people that he was going to do this, which is really scary. That this is his mindset, and he carried it out. Okay. Federal investigators, meanwhile, are pursuing 3 charges: presidential assassination, So, okay, there's the 9 felony charges, right? 2 counts of first degree murder, 2 counts of hiding a corpse, and then he's going to have 3 charges: presidential assassination, conspiracy, and use of weapons of mass destruction, according to the affidavit, which was written by an FBI agent in support of an application for a search warrant. CNN has reached out to Casap's attorney for comment. He has not entered pleas on any of the state charges yet, county records indicate. So he's going to have state charges, and then he's going to have federal charges. It appears that the state charges are going to be for the alleged murder of his mom and stepdad and the hiding of the corpse. Okay. And then for the federal charges for that investigation, he's going to be charged with presidential assassination, conspiracy. Now, remember, conspiracy, to conspire, you have to have someone else, more than 2 people, right? And then use of weapons of mass destruction. So I'm wondering if he was doing something online, um, or he was connecting with someone locally. This could be somebody being radicalized online with others. Okay, let's continue. CNN has reached out to Casap's attorney for comment. So we already know his attorney is not gonna. His attorney's not gonna respond and comment. But he has not entered a plea yet on the state charges. Okay. Police believe the suspect's mother, Tatiana Casap, and his stepfather, Donald Mayer, were killed on February 11th, according to the Waukesha County complaint. Both were found dead from gunshot wounds more than 2 weeks later on February 28th, when Waukesha County Sheriff's deputies performed a welfare check at the family's home. So allegedly, he shot both his mom and his stepdad at the home. Okay, they're deceased. No one knows this, no one finds this out, but law enforcement, they go to the property. They're prompted by a welfare check. And on February 28th, a little bit over 2 weeks later, unfortunately, they find their bodies. Okay. The suspect was not in the home, and authorities listed Mayer's SUV as stolen. That evening, officers with the Waukesha Police Department in Kansas performed a traffic stop on the vehicle and found the suspect driving, the complainant says. So again, Mr. Casap, he lives in the state of Wisconsin. Now, his parents are discovered by the police on February the 28th, that same day, because they're probably doing a bolo. Be on the lookout for this vehicle because they're reporting it as stolen because the car is not at the property. They find the car in Kansas, a different state, and their son, okay, Nikita, is driving the vehicle. Okay. So again, that evening, officers with the Waukesha Police Department in Kansas performed a traffic stop on the vehicle and found the suspect driving. Okay. In the vehicle, authorities found $14,000 in $100 bills, more than $14,000 worth of jewelry, and a .357 Magnum revolver purchased by Mayer. So if he purchased this .357 Magnum, this may be a different gun from the murder weapon, right? But he has a large amount of cash. Where did he get the cash from? Did his parents have a safe? Did he go withdraw money from the ATM, from their bank accounts? We don't know. And then the jury, was it the family jury? Was it mom's jury? Was it mom and stepdad's jury? All of that will come out. But it appears that he is fleeing the state. Well, he's found in a different state, so it appears that he has fled. The Waukesha County Sheriff's Office obtained a search warrant and found material on Casap's phone related to the Order of Nine Angles, which is a network of individuals holding neo Nazi, racially motivated extremist views, the federal affidavit says. So, again, um, he's probably accessing this online. He's getting radicalized. He's getting these extremist ideas. And now he has created this in his mind that he's going to, overall, the bigger picture is assassinate President Donald Trump. His parents, or his mom and stepdad, they were pretty much in the way. They were an obstacle for him. Now he has access to their money. He has the autonomy to do whatever he wants, and he's taking these steps now. Okay, let's continue. They also found photos and communications referencing a self described manifesto regarding assassinating the president, making bombs, and terrorist attacks, it says. So he has some kind of manifesto, and in it, it's going to describe uh, this idea of assassinating the president, um, how he's going to make these bombs and terrorist attack. It's like, why can't these kids just go to school and learn? I don't understand it. A 3-page document the FBI found called for Trump's assassination to create a political revolution in the U.S. and save the white race. Excuse me. As to why specifically Trump, I think it's pretty obvious. By getting rid of the president and perhaps the vice president, that is guaranteed to bring in some chaos, one expert excerpt from the document said, according to the affidavit. The document also contained images of Adolf Hitler along with the text, Hail Hitler, hail the white race, hail victory. The FBI additionally found an image and messages on his phone with information on how to use a drone as an attack drone, per the affidavit. So he has this idea that he's going to take a drone and configure it in a way to use it for an attack. He paid, at least in part, for a drone and explosives to commit an attack, investigators said. So where did he get the explosives, right? We know that. And he's underage. They had also found photos of the front and back of Mayer's credit and debit cards and the username and password of a bank account. So again, he's using mom and stepdad's allegedly financials to carry all of this out. He allegedly has stepdad's credit and debit cards, username, password, bank account information. The 17-year-old's classmates told the sheriff office in March that Casap had told him he planned to kill his parents but did not have access to a gun, the affidavit says. And you know what? When you hear stuff like that, if you're a student, or you hear from your friends, or you hear, some rumblings, tell your parents, tell law enforcement, because this could have possibly been prevented. Casap later told the classmate that he would befriend someone who had a gun and steal it, according to the affidavit. The court document also said Casap told his classmate that he was in contact with someone in Russia and they were planning on overthrowing the U.S. government and assassinating Trump. So there's your conspiracy right there, that he's in contact allegedly with someone in Russia. and they're planning to overthrow the government and assassinate President Trump. According to the Waukesha County complaint, detectives found messages indicating Casap planned to leave the U.S. for Ukraine. In one telegram message, he asked, "So while in Ukraine, I'll be able to live a normal life, even when it's found out I did it." This young man, he's not thinking clearly. He doesn't know there's a whole war going on in Ukraine. And if you're allegedly getting help from Russia, why would you go to Ukraine? Russia is in a war with Ukraine right now. Like, this doesn't even make sense. But that just shows you how far their mind is gone. They're not even thinking clearly in a way that even makes sense in planning. Casap is scheduled to appear for arraignment on May 7th, the Waukesha County Court docket says. Well, I have a short video I want to share. So let me go there. This video is provided by TMJ4 News. It's titled "Wisconsin Teen Planned Trump Assassination, Killed Parents in Process According to the FBI." So I'm going to make this large. It's about a little bit under 2.5 minutes long.
A double homicide investigation in Waukesha takes a turn. The FBI is now linking the teen accused of killing his parents to an assassination plot targeting President Donald Trump.
It's awful, to be honest, because it's like kids and teenagers are exposed to so many things these days as it is.
Some people who live in the area are alarmed by these new details unsealed Friday in federal court. The documents detail a conspiracy by 17-year-old Nikita Casap tied to a neo-Nazi group. Tahalil Mohadeen spoke with people who live in Waukesha County about this twist in the case.
Already facing charges for killing his mother and stepfather, 17-year-old Nikita Casap from Waukesha became the subject of an extensive FBI search warrant.
It was alarming. I mean, it's not really something that you would think happening in such a small town like Waukesha.
Investigators discovered the teen's self-described manifesto that included making bombs, terrorist attacks, and plans for the assassination of President Donald Trump.
Just mind-blowing.
While investigating Casap in the killings of Tatiana Casap and Donald Mayer, authorities found material linking the teen to the Order of the Nine Angels, a network of neo-Nazis which advocates for violence and the destruction of modern civilizations. Casap calling for Trump's assassination. He wrote, "By getting rid of the president, that is guaranteed to bring in some chaos. Not only that, it will further bring into the public the idea that assassinations and accelerating the collapse are possible." The warrant covered a number of Casap's electronic devices, including his laptop and phone.
That's crazy to me because growing up, we didn't even really have the internet. If I ever have kids, there's definitely going to be parental controls on the internet, that's for sure.
The teen engaged with white nationalists online about his plans, writing, "My parents don't know, LOL. They would take my phone away if they did." Investigators believe Casap may have killed his parents to get the, quote, financial means and autonomy needed to pursue his plan.
It is so true in the fact that you just never know, what's kind of going on around you.
Investigators say Casap made payments for an attack drone and planned to flee to Ukraine following his proposed assassination. In Waukesha, Tahlil Mohadeen, TMJ4 News.
Why?
No, just watching that, it's just a shame all around. You kill your mom, your stepdad, you destroy your life. You're gonna go to jail. And what have you shown? What have you proven? What have you contributed to society? Instead of building into society, pouring society, making it better, you try to destroy it. The structure that we do have, the peace that we do enjoy, the freedoms that we do have. The way that the United States is, it's not like this in other countries. You have a lot of freedom of choice, freedom of religion, freedom of speech. if you want to work, if you don't want to work, um, if you want to go outside at 8 p.m., if you want to have 5 kids. I don't think people think about um, the structure of life here when you compare it to other places, where people are in poverty. They don't even have paved roads. People are using, all kind of ways, to live here, but in underdeveloped places, it's not like this. You might not have a clean water system. You might not have irrigation. You might not have housing. Um, it's just, it's unfortunate when you could speak to someone that's in another place. In this situation, allegedly, it's Russia, and that he wants to go to Ukraine. Ukraine is war torn. They have destroyed a lot of the city. A lot of people have been killed there. There's a lot of violence there right now, uncertainty, instability. That's not your life. You live in a built up community. You look like you live in a beautiful home. You had 2 parents. A lot of people don't even have 2 parents. And instead of having just appreciation for the things that you do have, it's like we can focus in on negativity. We can get into this mindset and connect with others and build this ideology of hate. And it's all for nothing. The world is going to continue on. Nothing's going to stop. What happens in his world, in Nikita's world, it's just going to get very small. It's going to be mundane. It's not a lot you can do behind bars. And the impact that you think you're going to have, you didn't have. You didn't leave a legacy like a Nelson Mandela. You didn't leave a legacy like a John F. Kennedy. You didn't leave anything behind. You don't even have kids. You didn't get to even develop and grow and become a man, have a family, have kids. You took a lot away from yourself, but also you took 2 people that didn't have any idea of what you were planning, those evil thoughts. And it's just unfortunate. I think right now that President Donald Trump, he's been targeted quite a bit. Not to say that others haven't, but just speaking on him, over this last year. And I'm not even bringing you like all of these threats. I'm just bringing you some that are more substantial. You have threats that are online. You have threats with people calling the police. Those I don't really, bring, but this is more substantial. You kill your parents. It's really unfortunate. Let me know what you think. Thank you for spending this time with me. I really, really appreciate it. I want you to have a great Sunday. Stay well, stay safe, stay savvy. Bye, everybody.